What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, K-Rino. I was trying to get on here with y'all a little earlier, but I was having some problems. But looks like, well, not too much earlier, a few minutes ago. But I was trying to get on here earlier, but I had to eat. But I'm still early by my normal standards, by regular standards. I'm still pretty early, so I got a little time for y'all tonight, and we're gonna tackle this topic that y'all see sitting up on the screen. We're gonna tackle this tonight and find out what y'all think about it. So, as y'all come in, hit the like button. I'll repeat that as we start to see people kind of leak in and see what it is. This and we'll go from there. So we'll just wait on a few people to slide in, whoever's free on this Saturday night. This is not Friday Night Live, this is Saturday Night Live. So, I had to just kind of remember that tonight is not Friday. Tonight is it's Saturday night. It's Saturday night. I guess that makes it all right. But I would like y'all to click the like button as you come in. Everybody that is already in here now, go ahead and click the like button as we speak, as I speak. Just click like. If you came in and it didn't do it, this means you. Click like. And I know a lot of times y'all be saying, man, why y'all them YouTube people be always talking about click like, click like? Because there's this thing called the algorithm. Man, this shirt. There's this thing called the algorithm. And what the algorithm is the system in which, the digital system in which the more you get more circulation based on your engagement. So if y'all hit the like, and then it helps to spread the video out and reach more people, then I would think y'all would want that for your big brother. So that's what it is. So hit the like button if you're in the building already, and we'll get to it. This topic that I'm on tonight may be popular. I mean, maybe popular, maybe interesting to some people, but for others, y'all may like, I ain't worried about that. But if you take the time to listen to why I'm talking about this and the depths of it, whatever depths that I might reach, who knows, then I think y'all will understand why I went there. So let's not play around, because I ain't gonna hold y'all up long. I saw a video where this pastor was talking about, he was telling his congregation that, I don't want to misquote, but he was basically telling the congregation that you don't really get no blessings from giving to the poor. That's what he was telling this congregation. He was basically telling them, I'm not saying word for word, but he was basically saying that, if you give to the poor, like if you see a man on the street begging, a homeless man begging for money or asking for money, and you give them some money or something like that, you don't get a blessing for that. He said your blessings come from paying your tithes. In other words, giving your money to the church. He said that's where your blessings come from. And once that footage of him saying that got out, then of course the backlash followed and ensued shortly after, because there are a lot of people who disagree with that, me being one of them. In this day that we live in, where we have a lot of what we call prosperity preachers, mega church pastors, and things of that nature, I still try to be careful with who I categorize as being snakes and charlatans and money hungry preachers and ministers. I try not to go there unless I feel like I know for sure. And even then, you got to be careful with how you go about that. But I disagree because and I'll get to why, deeper why, but I don't think a lot of people, even in this church, took too kindly to him saying that, because it came off like he was basically trying to persuade his congregation to, like, look, hey, don't be out there. If you're gonna give out the kindness of your heart, you need to be giving it to me. And that's how it came off. Now, do I know for a fact that that was his intention to give that off? Nah, I can't say that. I also don't think that if it was his intention to say that, I wouldn't think it would be wise to come off like that if you wanted to get the result. If you was a snake, even somebody who's tricking the people got to be slick enough to trick them in order for the tricking to work. So he either believes what he said and may have some scriptures or something that he feels can justify it or back it up, or he just wasn't very smart in trying to trick the people. Tried to use some kind of psychology on them, some direct psychology. I don't know. Now, my take on it. I am a person who believes that when we are blessed with money, if something happens in my life where I'm blessed with some money, I believe in giving a percentage of that money to my religious spiritual foundation, whether that be back when I was in the church, whether it be now at the mosque, even if I visit a church, uh, if I'm at a community event and they're taking up money, trying to collect money for whatever reason, whatever the case may be, I believe that we should, as it's said in the scripture, we should give out of what we have earned, because it's a blessing for us to have earned it. It's a blessing to us to have received it. And doesn't matter how it came to you. If it came to you because you went out and filled out an application, went to a job interview and got the job and you were hired, you said, well, okay, I'll work for it. Okay. You was blessed with a means to take care of your family and pay your bills. That's a blessing. With that blessing, you should have the wherewithal to say, I want to give some of that back. Some people say 10%. I don't know the exact teaching on that. I try to give at least 10, but I don't know what the teaching on that is. Okay. Now, in another realm, there's a term called charity. Now, at the mosque, when I go to the mosque, it's not giving is not referred to when the so-called the plate is passed. He's in church and say the collection plate. It's not called the collection plate at the mosque. It's actually called a charity receptacle at the mosque I go to, right? So when the charity receptacle is passed, it's like it's understood. Okay, yeah, drop something in the bucket, and it's called charity. But we also know that charity represents things that may not necessarily be money. If I got some clothes, man, I got all these tennis shoes and clothes and stuff like that, and then somebody's doing a thing where they're giving away clothes and tennis shoes. I give of that. I give to that out of what I have already. I may go buy some stuff. I may not have what is needed in my closet, and I may go buy some shoes or some clothes or whatever. That is charity. That is giving. And to me, like I say, somebody can correct me if I'm out of pocket. Somebody who knows, who can line this up with God's word, can correct me if I'm out of pocket. It's charity, and it's also you're giving out of what you earn because it cost them money to purchase whatever you gave. So the giving comes in not just a monetary form. It's not just money. Charity is not just money. Giving is not just about money. It could be food. People have done food drives before, where it's like, hey, man, we're trying to get food. So you may either go in your own cabinet and get some canned goods that you already got, or some food that you already got from your own home, or you may go to the store and purchase. I need to get some cases of water. I need to get some canned goods. I need to get this, that, whatever. You may do that. You spent money on it. It's giving. It's charity. Charity and giving also can be time. Because what if a person don't have no money? What if you don't have money, but you got it in your heart to want to help, to want to give? So you show up where they are giving, and you say, well, what can I do? How can I volunteer? I can put some gloves on and be the one to help put the plates together and pass them down. I want to do something. So I'm giving of my time. To me, that is a form of charity. Now, it's not the only form. And I think we should all work to get ourselves to a point where we can do all of that, not just settle on one. Because the person who just said, well, hey, man, I went and spent 2 or 3 hours out there helping. I passed out the socks. And that's cool, but we're going to need a little money down the line. And the person who strictly just gives money, they may feel like they got an upper hand because, hey man, how much you need, man? I just write a check. Here you go. I gotta go. Oh, hey man, here you go, man. Here's $500, man. Hey, I gotta go. So the person who just gives money, they'll think that, man, I give so much money, man. But in reality, that's also a place for you to give your time. To give of your time. There's also a place for you to give of your other resources that are not monetary. To give of your wisdom and your information. Because what if we speaking to some young people? It may not be necessarily money what they need in that moment. That young person that's going through it, man, that's getting bullied, on the verge of suicide, or peer pressure, on drug, whatever they got going, family life jacked up, mom and daddy on dope, whatever, they just going through it. Giving them some money is not going to help them in that moment. They may need a word. They may need to hear something. They may just need a good firm hug, man. They may need to hear a story from somebody who's been where they at right now that can kind of give them a hope and say, okay, well, man, he relates to what I've been through. Okay, maybe I am going to be all right. So to me, charity comes in multiple forms. So when the brother said that, nah, you don't get no blessing from giving to a homeless person or giving to the poor, or you don't get no blessing from giving to the poor. I don't agree with that. Now, also, let me make sure that I say that whatever we give and however we give it and whoever we give it to, we have to make sure that we keep ourselves in check to not have the mind state that I'm giving just so I can get a blessing. We got to make sure that we don't do that. We should always do our best to line our minds and our hearts up with just doing it out the kindness of our heart and doing it because it feels a need, because it needs to be done. Somebody needed the help, not because I'm thinking like, okay, if I do this, maybe I can get this. Nah, that shouldn't be the motive. Everything should be based on, I see the problem, I see a person in need, I see a need that needs to be met, and I either meet it fully or I contribute to the need being met. Y'all hit the like button, man. Some of y'all ain't hit that like button. It's too much of it distracts me when I see the discrepancy between the amount of people that's in the room and the amount of likes. When it's off, when it's disproportionate, it serves as a distraction to your big brother. So I'm humbly asking y'all, if y'all are in here watching and ain't hit the like button, to give me a like. But I think about certain things that I've heard and that I've seen read in scripture. I think about certain things that make me, that kind of bolster my claim of disagreeing with the brother who's the pastor who said that God don't bless you when you give to the poor, just when you pay your tithes and offerings. That's what he said. The blessings only comes through tithes and offerings. Nah, I don't believe that. Will you get blessings for tithes and offerings? Yeah, absolutely. But that can't be the only way. I've heard many times stated, can't tell you where it's from. I can't tell you if it's from the Bible or from the Quran, because y'all know I ain't as versed. I know what I know, and things I don't know. But I've heard it stated many times, this statement, this phrase. And the phrase says, charity removes a multitude of sins. I'm going to say it again. Charity removes a multitude of sins. So that alone raises an eyebrow for me, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, ain't nobody walking around here without sin. All of us are sinners in our own forms. Everybody got something they do that's out of pocket. So if the giving of charity, charitable work, charitable donations, whatever falls under that umbrella, if charity removes not just some sin or a sin or two, it says a multitude of sins. There's also a phrase that I've heard, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember where it comes from either. But I've also heard that when you give, God blesses you tenfold for what you gave. Now, the entire context of that, I don't know. I don't know if it means tithes and offerings, but I don't know. But it says when you give, God will bless you tenfold. That means that whatever you give, the blessing comes back times 10. So the blessing comes back tenfold when you give, and charity removes a multitude of sins. So to me, how that translates to me, and I don't know if I'm right. I don't want y'all thinking that look, I'm the last person that try to act like I know everything. I don't. I've been accused of that. You think you know everything. No, I don't. I feel like I know what I know. But what those two phrases that I've repeated to y'all tell me, and I'll say it again, if charity removes a multitude of sins, and if you give and it's given back unto you tenfold, that tells me that God over blesses us for what we do of good, for what we give. That means if you give $1, you got 10 coming. God is over blessing. And in my opinion, I feel like that's truth in that, because I just believe that God wants to see us do good. I believe he wants to see us do good, so he gives extra incentive to show you, well, look, see, you just do this, and I'm just gonna pour it on you. It's like extra incentive. That's just my belief. So it also says, give and it shall be given unto you. That's another one. That's a third one. Didn't say necessarily say where, and if it did, y'all Bible people correct me. Sometimes we in here and people put scriptures all up and down y'all, so y'all should know y'all scriptures and find the scriptures on giving, find the scriptures on charity and paying tithes and all that. And if somebody can find me where it says only to the religious organization, show me that, because that's what the preacher, that's basically what he said. And I felt that was kind of dangerous, because I would never want to discourage people from doing charitable work outside of their religious organization, their religious denominations or whatever. But again, back to what I said earlier, we shouldn't be doing good for just to be getting stuff anyway. That shouldn't be the motive. But we should know in our mind that, yeah, if I do give, God gonna look out for me. Now, one thing I've been saying so far that I've been talking in these few minutes, I've been quick to say, hey man, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I can't prove this. I've been quick to say that. But what I'm about to say is not my opinion. It's a fact. What I'm about to say is not something that I need verification on at all, because I'm speaking about my own experience. In my lifetime, since I was old enough to understand this whole concept of what I'm talking about right now, to the degree that I understand it, every time that I've given, anytime I've carried out any charitable works, whether it be money, whether it be time, whether it be resources, whether it be information, God has always boomeranged me with a blessing, with multiple blessings. Multiple blessings. I would proudly say, because I'm not ashamed to speak on my love for God and my standing on that foundation, regardless of how messed up I might be as a person. I can say that has been, to me, that's been the foundation to my success. Giving and charity. That, to me, I believe, has been the foundation to my success in life. Because it's been too many times where I did give. And let me say this, I'm saying this to provide understanding and clarity, not on no bragging talk. Guarantee you, I ain't on no bragging talk. Anytime I was in a hole, anytime I was in a tough situation, the blessing came. Always came. All praise is due to Allah for the blessing that always came. So I can speak from my own experience, not from yours, not from the dude down the street. I can bear witness that whether my charity went to the mosque, whether my charity went to the church in the collection plate, whether it went from giving away some clothes, whether it went from whether it was helping hands animal rescue and rehabilitation, out feeding the homeless, with my sister that's in here right now, helping hands animal rescue and rehabilitation. We'll whether it's feed the homeless, clothes, whatever it is, I can say that God has always looked out for me. And I'm sure that she will bear witness as well that he's looked out for her. And he knows how to look out for his children. What I needed might not have been what she needed. What she needed from God might not have been what I needed. It might have been something totally different. So I know that it ain't just about giving to a church. It ain't just about giving to a mosque or giving to whatever, the synagogue, wherever you might go that collect money. Because the reality is, if you do go to a church, whatever religious entity you claim, and if there's a brick and mortar building, that edifice that you worship in, there's going to be a need for some money. So we can't get caught up in that, oh, here they go asking for money. Yes, we need some money. The air conditioner might go out. The side of the wood on the side of the house, the building might be rotten. The plumbing might be jacked up. We got to get some money because we need a plumber to come through. So yeah, it's going to be a need for money every week. What if you got a good pastor, good minister, good first lady, right? And they are actually out there doing the work. You need to support them. Oh, there you go. No, man, I ain't giving none of them old crooked preachers. You get a crooked government your money. And I'm not talking about a crooked preacher. If you don't have the ability of discernment to go to be around at a church or a mosque a few times and be able to say, nah, something ain't right about that dude, that's on you. I'm talking about when you find a home where you can look and know and say, okay, that's a good man right there. That's a good brother right there. Nah, he ain't no money hungry snake. So yeah, part of what we give is to support him in his work, to keep doing the work, to keep spiritually strengthening us. So yeah, ain't no shame in that. We want our guy to be able to move the way he need to move. Yeah, break bread. Absolutely. So all y'all talking about, oh, hey, I ain't getting my money to these old, I ain't getting my money to no crooked preachers either. So we are in agreement. But if you dumb enough to not be able to tell when the dude is a snake, the dude steady telling you that he got 4 diamond rings, he got 3 diamond rings on this hand, and this one ain't got no ring. I wanted 4. I want a diamond ring on all 4 of my fingers. Y'all ain't coming with enough money. Okay, if you can't see through that, that's your fault. I need more suits. That's your fault. Because some of them would tell you flat out that y'all ain't giving enough money. What's the preacher that say he needed a Benz? No, that was a pastor who was getting on his congregation because it was a car he wanted, and they wouldn't give it enough money for him to get the car he wanted. So he was getting on them. I wanted the such and such car. Y'all, like, I'd have got up and walked out right there. So if y'all sit up in there and go, okay, well, yeah, let me try to figure out how to, and your own car note, and your own car about to get repossessed, you the fool. Because a minister, a pastor, a preacher, their job is to be a servant to the people. You are supposed to be a humble servant to the people. In return, the people will hold you up. But you can't be out here pimping the people. You got preachers who pimping harder than the pimps. You got preachers who have realized that preaching is the new pimp game. So use your own common sense. But what I do know is that a good man, a good church man, a good mosque man, whatever religion you are, a good preacher, minister, they should be held up and supported by the congregation. I believe that. Do that mean you need a helicopter? How much work you doing? Now, if you're doing some global scale type work where you need a jet and all that, and it's justified, okay, well, I mean, I got $5 on your jet, man. I can put 5 on the jet. But if we hold you up and lift you up and make you rich, make you a multi-million-dollar person, and then when the hurricane hit, you won't even open your church to let the people who are suffering come in there. To me, you ain't the one. That's to me. Some people may say, well, man, that man ain't want to mess his carpet up. Well, if his carpet is more valuable than the lives of the people, have at it. But I believe God absolutely blesses us for what we give, when we give. And what bolsters that, and to me, what absolutely guarantees it, is when it comes from the right place inside of you. When it comes from the right place. Now, are you giving with sneaky ulterior motives? Did you help that young lady who was homeless and she was outside, she was at the bus stop cold with her little son, and they got kicked out, and you pulled up on her and said, hey, what's going on? And she told you her story, And then you say, yeah, okay, well, look, hey, I got an extra room. Hey, you can stay with me. And da, 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 da. Did you do that to help them, or was you up to something else? That's different. You trying to get in your house so you can do something else. No, your motive ain't right. That's different. Did you give somebody that money because it was just they needed it as the right thing to do, or you was trying to leverage for something down the line? So you can hit them with, hey man, well, I gave you that money. Now you need, yeah, I charge 25% interest on that money. Was it an ulterior motive? Was something slick going on? See, the difference. That's the difference. Motives and intentions. God ain't stupid. We are. And it's also about sacrifice, because sometimes you don't have it to give, but you give it anyway because of a couple of reasons. Reason number one, because it's the right thing to do. You fulfilling the need. You have it in your heart, despite the fact that you struggling. Money tight for you. And then you look up and somebody need $40. It's like, God, dog, I ain't got no 40. Here you go, man. It's my last 40, man. And you give it to him. You do it out the kindness of your heart. But you also give it to him out of faith. Because you know what? Hey, I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to get it back. I know I'm going to get it back. This person needs it more than me. I'm going to be all right. This person, this 40 that I'm giving him, this is life and death for him. I'm going to be all right. I might just, I was going to go to Olive Garden tonight. I can't go now. It's a difference. And according to what I have been taught, which I totally believe, God favors your sacrifice more than your comfortable donation. If I got $5,000 in my pocket, it's not very hard for me to give somebody $100 that's in need. It's not hard to do that. But if all I got is $12 in my pocket and somebody need 10, that's a sacrifice. But sometimes we get tested. Sometimes we get put in position. Now, everything ain't a test. I don't want us to start tricking our own brains and think everything is a trial and a test and all. But sometimes we're in positions where it's like, I want to see what you're going to do. So that plate pass around, you ain't got but $2. You like Johnny Taylor. It's your last $2. So at the end of the day, you think about, well, you know, man, look, man, drop the little $2 in the bucket. Because if that $2 gonna make or break me, then I'm tripping. Drop this $2 in the bucket. This $2 I drop might be the $2 that put somebody over the top for something that they really, really need. So God appreciates the sacrifice that you gave, and you may get a bigger blessing from giving a lesser amount than somebody who gave a huge amount, because they were able to give that comfortably. What the big deal? They got it. That's not to discredit what they gave. So no, I don't agree with the pastor who said that you don't get a blessing for giving to the poor. You only get a blessing from paying your tithes and your offerings. To me, that's a bad look for a preacher to say that, because anybody with an ounce of sense gonna go, oh, see, he trying to just redirect and rechannel all of our money back to him. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go early and start reading y'all's comments. I'm gonna go back in time. Now, Helping Hands Animal Rescue makes a point, says, I rather always give right into the exact hand that needs. It is all around us. Every major stoplight, sitting at bus stops, right in our own neighborhoods. Yeah, some people like, man, I ain't giving my money to the church. I don't know what they're gonna really do, what they say they're gonna do with my money, And some people like to go what I call straight to the vein. If the man hungry, boom, buy him something to eat, bam. I say do both if you're part of a religious group, a situation that you can trust, that you trust. Connie Hard says we are still supposed to give to others besides the church, temples, and synagogue. You receive because the word that I read says this and this. I've tried and it works. It says all my needs are met according to riches in Christ Jesus. I can too, K-Rino, every time I run out of anything. God, yeah, send it to me. Yeah, come on, man. I would never advise anybody to just confine their giving to the church or the mosque or the synagogue or just the religious. No. And I'm not saying he's saying that. He didn't say don't give to the poor. He just said you don't get multiplied or something like that. You don't get your blessing. Ain't no blessing in giving to the poor, basically. I disagree with that. All right. Finders Keeper says, what about the person who dies in a car crash after a day of donating a day to charity work? Well, I can't, because I think you're looking at it from this point of view of saying, well, they didn't get a blessing. They didn't get a blessing because he gave and donated all that, then boom, he died the next day. We don't know what the ultimate plan was for that person. We don't know. We don't know what fruit that person's charity will bear down the line. Because another thing that I guess I didn't say that I can say now because of the question you asked, because to me it's a really good question. Because I think people, would think along those lines. When I say God will bless you for giving, regardless of if you gave it in the church or whether you gave it on the street or you gave it. See, the blessing may not always necessarily be directly to you as an individual. So he died in the car crash the next day after doing some wonderful charitable work. But like I said, either his work may plant a seed that will manifest into blessings for others, or God may see fit to bless his family. Now, you might think, well, a lot of good that does him, but actually it does. So that would be how I would answer that question, to look at it. But if we look at it just through the lens of us as individuals, or the person, or just a hypothetical person that you mentioned in the car crash as an individual, then you might look at it like, it was his blessing. But we don't know. I don't look at it like that. But that is a good question. I'm going backwards, y'all. I'm going backwards, y'all. Finders Keepers also said, what most people don't understand is God made us. We're here to serve him. Why do people believe he's here to serve us? Like, it's another great point. People be getting mad at God. Oh, that's how you gonna do me, God? Like, dude, like God on your payroll or something. Like you hired God. All right, let me go back down. I'm trying to find some mind-blowing comments. Paul Martinez says, sometimes all it takes is just showing up. Is a blessing to someone if they really, I guess, they cared for you. Yeah, man. Like I say, time. Giving your time, to me, that's a form of charity, depending on what it is that you're doing. Y'all click that like button if you haven't already. I'm not gonna hold y'all long, man. I'm trying. Y'all go and get it in, because I ain't gonna be on here long. Ron Johnson says, why is, I guess, saying this, a conversation primarily held in minority communities when it comes to God and religion? Is it? Is this just, how do you know that this is just a conversation that primarily held in so-called minority communities? What's the basis of that information that can be proven to be factual, basically to say only black folks talk about this type of stuff? I'm asking a question. I don't know. Maybe you know something that we don't know. All right. I'm reading y'all's words now, man. Mr. Urban World says blessings come in many forms. That's what I'm talking about. See, you may give $100 and may feel like, well, in a minute I'm gonna get 10,000 back, and you might, but that blessing might not come in the form of money. It might come in another form. You might get real sick, and they ain't think you was gonna make it, and God may see fit to pull you through, pull you out of that sickness based on things that you did prior that may have been monetary, okay, so I mean, you can't, in real life, you can't plant a apple seed and expect a watermelon to grow. But in the blessing game, you could give time as charity and receive money. You can give money as charity and receive time. This is my view of it. I'm coming back to the up-to-date times. Coming back to the up-to-date times, man. DJ Jamaican says the concept of God comes out of the mind of men. So God is a human construct. Well, I disagree. I believe it's the other way around. I believe that God is man, and man comes from the mind of God to make man in his image what he is. But God is a human construct, and in the form of replication. As a human, as a man or woman, as man and woman seek to replicate themselves through the reproductive process, and in that process, gods are born. So you're right in a sense, but at the head of it all, at the start of it all, is a supreme being. But you're entitled to view it however you view it. Trippy Sippy says, Jesus tells you to give all, and God will replace it sevenfold. I've heard sevenfold, I've heard tenfold. Whatever it is, it's a fold, it's a multiplication. So yeah. DJ Jamaica says, my parents created me. Who created your parents? My grandparents. Who created your grandparents? My great-grandparents. Who created your great-grandparents? My great-great-grandparents. You got to keep going back. If you go farther enough back, there's going to be a source. You got to put 10 billion greats on it. And your parents didn't create you. They didn't create you. They were the vessel that God used to create you. They didn't create you. Some of us are here by accident. Some of us were not planned. There was no perfectly constructed, intricate plan for a lot of us. Even if your parents was married. Some people get married and say, yeah, you know, we want to start working on a family and we're planning on having, yeah, okay, some do that, but a lot don't. And a lot of people show who are outside of marriage, it's like, Johnny, I need to talk to you. Yeah, what's up? My period didn't come. What? Some of us wouldn't plan. So if we're talking about creating, if you use the word create, see, create implies intention. I don't believe, I see, I could be wrong, but I don't believe that we typically create things by accident. I'm not going to create an album by accident. I'm not just going to accidentally what happened? I had this pen in my hand one day and I just slipped and I started writing and whoa, what's this on this paper? Oh, these words rhyme. When you sit down to create, or when you create, it starts with thought. It starts with intention and purpose, planning. God creates. So when the scripture says, in the beginning, God did what? He created the heavens and the earth. He created. Said God is a human construct. Every ethnic group has a God that looks like them, except African people. We pray to everyone else's God. And you are absolutely right. But you're speaking of the what. You have to ask yourself why. If you say that every ethnic group has a God that looks like them except African people, and we pray to everyone else's God, you told the truth. But why don't we have a God that looks like us? And why are we praying to everybody else's God? See, something was done to us. You got to know the history too, brother Jamaican. Not DJ Jamaican. I'm sorry, I said D. It's D Jamaican, Jankro. See, we got stripped of everything that was us originally. We got all that got stolen from us. It got stripped from us. Remember the song? Remember Public Enemy song that said, "Have you forgotten when we were brought here? We were robbed of our name, robbed of our language, robbed of our religion, our culture, our God. They took it all from us because they saw what we had." When you go back to the ancients, when you look at the Sphinx and how the nose is gone, the thick nose is gone, we always made monuments that looked like us, that showed who we was and who we are, where we come from. That was taken from us. And then a religion and a visual of God, a false visual of God, was forced on us. So yeah, you teaching, bruh. But you gotta break down the why. You can't stop at the what. You say, where's the black man's God? The black man's God he never left. Matter of fact, you can look in the mirror and see the baby version of him. They stole all that from us. D.C. Frazier, I don't hear other races complaining about giving in church. Well, you might need to tune in a little bit more. You might need to tune in a little bit more. Because I've seen white mega preachers being called out on national TV behind their practices, financial practices and things of that nature, being called out by reporters on national TV. That's a big scale. That's a bigger scale than some Negroes arguing about the preacher got a new Cadillac. Great comments, y'all. Trippy says, so did you sell your soul to the devil for your fame? What fame do I have? If I sold my soul to the devil for fame, then I got gypped. The devil sold me some magic beans because what fame do I have? I'm not famous. I'm not famous at all. But I would never sell my soul for no fame or no money. Still read y'all comments, man, because I'm going to let y'all make it in a minute. Asiatic says, how so many gods to choose from. Yeah. And see, things like this, when people put out like these weird things like this, man, it discourages good people from wanting to give from a good place, because the trust is gone. I mean, I can't trust these cats. But what you have to do, you have to go over their head. You got to go to their supervisor. Okay, well, you don't act right. You know what? Let me talk to your supervisor. You got to go over their head. If you don't trust what they're doing, if you don't trust their practices, just take it straight to God and do good work. You just do good. You can't go wrong. So if the preacher tells me, well, man, you ain't gonna get no blessing given to the poor, and that don't sit right with me, I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna still give to the poor. Whether I get a blessing or not, I'm gonna still do it because the poor needs it. But I believe that God does bless those who give, not just to the church. Eric Avanesian. In Acts, it says, giving is more than getting. There is some truth in that. Giving is more than getting. It's better to give than to receive. Charity starts at home. It's all kind of stuff, man. Join Ramo. Brother Nuri explains all of this. You got a link to that? I'd love to see what Brother Nuri had to say about this. Where can I see? Where can I see that at? Join Ramo. I'll watch that tonight. Appreciate the love, Connie. One D33 says, I came across a book in jail that will break the foundations of all that we've been taught. What's the name of that book? I've come across a few books like that. One of them is Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Mario Savers, when you getting more copies of Behind the Ball? They in, man. We got them. We got them, man. I hope this is .net. Go to that website I just typed in, man. Look, we got them in heavy stock. We got them. If y'all having trouble ordering off the website, y'all let me know. Send me an email. I just put my email in the box, and I'll send y'all the cash out to where y'all can place y'all orders. Yeah. I got to re-up it on the website. Send me a email, and I'll send you the cash app. You can get it. It's physical copy, Tyson. Yeah. It ain't a hardback. It's a paperback, but it's a physical copy. All right, man. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Drop your locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. I tell y'all I'm gonna hold y'all long. But I don't want y'all to be discouraged about giving because some pastor tells you something. If it's in your heart to do good, man, do good. Phantom Face Final. My brother. Phantom Face Final is in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, Lester. What's up, Lester? Lester Smith. Show Low, Arizona. Show Low, Arizona. That's a city? Is that La Hill in South Haven, Mississippi? DJ Born, peace of Allah. Peace to the God. Okay. I see Erica's in Beaumont. Tyson is in Canada, Winnipeg to be exact. Jesse Paris, aka Shay in Kruma, Denver, Colorado. Of course. Just Chilling is in Eugene, Oregon, but from Austin, Texas. We may be coming to Austin, Texas to do a show soon, y'all. So y'all keep your eyes and ears tuned to this channel because Austin, we might be coming. And we want y'all to come out big, man. We want y'all to show up big in Austin, man. Might be coming. Hey, man, y'all go to the Underground Dialogue podcast and check out the latest episode with comedian Ali Sadiq. Shout out to Ali Sadiq for coming through and blessing us, man. And that video is doing very well. We're getting a lot of views on that video in just a few days. Ali is just one of the top comedians in the game. And, you know, his presence really blessed us. So if y'all want to see a good, informative, and funny interview, go check out the Ali Sadiq video and the Gangsta Nip video and everything that came before that and everything we got coming. We got some cool guests coming up, y'all. Hit that like button, man. Can we make it to 100 likes? I don't know if we can get to 100 tonight because I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Can we get to 100 likes? Who haven't hit the like button yet? K2 off the record. This is Southeast New Mexico. That's Hobbs. Keto Gaming, Houston, Texas. The homie Archangel is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, showing up in here, man. All right, New Mexico. Okay, we 16 away from 100. Can we get to 100? My brother from another, Jimmy Robertson, is in Anniston, Alabama. How far is Anniston from Birmingham, Jimmy? I think I asked you that before. I can't remember. Voodoo Scratch, United Kingdom. The Jamaican Jankro channel is in Memphis, Tennessee. I heal. Gotcha. Thank you for the pronunciation correction. Teflon, I appreciate you, man. Ham Clark. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Mobile, Alabama. Grew up in Ham Clark. That's what's up. Let's make it happen. K2 out the record. South Austin Ambassador. I'm telling you, man, we're coming to Austin. Connie is still in San Diego. Hope everybody in Florida is doing well, man. Shout out to everybody in Florida that y'all got hit back to back by those storms, man. We're going to do a video talking about the weather as well. The homie OG Critic, man. There he is. He is an OG, man. OG Critic out there in San Marcos. Memphis Mix. Hey, Memphis Mix. Hey, that's my email. I'm putting my email. Send me your number. I need to holler at you. Memphis Mix. Let me know that you just saw my email address in there. And email me your number. We coming to Austin. I want to holler at you. Codeine. What's up, my brother? out there in Arkansas. What's up, Dean? What's the word, man? What's the good news, Dean? Tell me something. Give me some news that I could use. Y'all watch the Ali? Somebody, oh man, I thank y'all, man. I appreciate that, man. Yvonne Diaz, San Diego, California. Okay, you out there? Where Connie at? Phantom Face say, would y'all rather be entertained or enlightened? I'll take a little bit of both. I'll be enlightened. Because sometimes you got to keep it entertaining just to keep people's interest. And Phantom Face, you know how black folks are. You better add some kind of entertainment in it. So it could be as informative as all our doors. And if it ain't a little entertainment, we're going to, Hey, 12 more likes, y'all. Let's get to 12 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. 11 likes now. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Everybody who haven't hit the like, if y'all in here just coming in, give me a like. The stone that the builders refused. Woo, that's a strong name. 3rd Ward, H-Town, Texas. I see you. Mike Jack is in San Jose, California. Cali repping hard, man. Cali, New Mexico showing love. Well, tell me the name of the video, Join. Just type him in and listen to him about like yeah, if you know the name of the video, I can just put it up myself because I want to hear that too. Yeah, okay. I need 8 more likes and I get out of here. I will get out of here with 8 more likes. Man, don't feel bad, Dean. We all have our vices. I had to go get me a bean pie yesterday because I've been acting bad with getting Frosties from Wendy's for like the last 2 weeks. So don't feel bad. See how I just came clean and admitted that? Yeah. 5 more likes, man. We almost there. I didn't think we could do it tonight. It's still early. Normally, I'm just coming on like right about now. But those of y'all who just getting here, go back and watch the video. Y'all will see the meat of the topic. I think it's pretty important. 4 more likes. We need 4 more. 4 more for the dodo. Yeah. We're down to 3. We will be coming with new episodes of oh, this ain't the card. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Of the Legend 34 podcast. Starting this week, we'll have new episodes coming for y'all. So which one of y'all took one of the likes away, man? We was at 97 likes. How y'all gonna take a like away? Don't take your like away. No, I don't eat burgers at all, but I will get one of them little ice cream frosty things. Codeine, you know what's funny? That you said that? Did Murder One pay you to say that? We were just talking to Murder One. Well, I was just talking to Murder One about a week ago about him coming on the show. So you'll be seeing the Murder One interview real soon. You'll be seeing it real soon. You know, we get to all of the SPC members at some point. It's a few we want to get because we got to get PSK 13. We didn't even get PSK 13 back in the K-Rino radio day. Man, whoever dropped that 100 like, I appreciate y'all. We didn't even get him in the K-Rino radio day, so we got to get PSK 13. You know, of course, we've had Nip, Cat, Blank. You know, got to bring Cliche back. So yeah, DBX. We got to get SPC members that people don't see a lot. Appreciate the 100 likes, y'all. All right, man. I appreciate the love. Chaz is in Idaho. And I will catch y'all later. Peace and hair grease.